So they took me to county jail. I got to my bunk to put my mattress and all my stuff on it, and there was a Bible sitting on it. The next day it was still there, and I was just laying in my bed and just, still struggling with just wanting it to be over, just feeling so alone. And I don't know, something just called out to me, and I picked up the Bible and I just started reading it. That's what changed my life. God changed my life. I felt something that I never felt before. I didn't feel alone anymore. And just little by little, I kept changing. So I stayed in my Bible, stayed a part of Bible studies. I got in the best shape of my life. I took a very intensive drug program there that really focuses on cognitive behavior. I got a 2-year degree in accounting, a 2-year degree in business management. So I got home and, it was all good. I had family support and everything, but I could not find a job at all with my background, with not having worked for so many years even before going to prison. It was tough. And so I went and I called my cousin. He mentioned this program called Change Course, and he told me that the founder had gone to the same prison that I went to. I signed up for it and I became a leader in the Zeta class for Change Course. I was about 7 weeks into the program, and Change Course actually offered me a job to come work for them because they saw the potential that I had. They give you, a family and a community and skills, but it's just the beginning of a brand new life for so many people. It's the beginning of a brand new life for me.
I got out of prison and I continued with my walk with God. I continued with my journey. I have been clean and sober for over 6 years. I know that my past does not define who I am. So I started to volunteer, and I would come and I was a guest speaker for 3 different classes, and I would come on community night and I would tell my story, and I related with so many people because I was where they are at that point in time. And since I started working at Change Course, I have seen a resilience that I didn't even see in myself at times. The people that walk in this door are broken. They just need that person to believe in them, that person to give them that little piece of hope, to show them that they're worth the investment. For instance, my leader, Diane, the change in her from day one to day now is amazing. She is more confident. Her voice is heard. She found her voice since she's been here. She found her confidence since she's been here, and it is the most beautiful thing that I have ever seen.
But as a couple months went by and I went through the interview process, I got accepted. And it felt like God was saying, it's okay. Here's a sliver of hope. I know you don't know how to handle a whole lot, but here's just a sliver. We'll start with that. I've always understood community is important to heal, but I never understood how important until I got to Change Course. And for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm actually safe somewhere. Like every single time I get a hug from someone now, it's like a brand new hug for the first time, because I'm that part of me is just still in shock that there's no pain. It's hard to believe. It's really hard to accept, but at the same time, I also recognize that the reason I've been able to come so far is because of their support.
Went out to a treatment center in Davenport, got sober, stayed there for a while, and then, came back here and found out about your guys' Change Course and what you guys were doing, and I was psyched. I'm like, yeah, dude, that's what I need. I need a purpose. Now that I'm sober, I need a purpose. So let me try to find that. They helped me with my faith. They helped me with my career. But I think the most important thing was they believed in me, and I hadn't really felt that from anybody in my life. I've always looked for acceptance from other people, and they just took me as who I was, and they supported me, and when I made mistakes, they were there to encourage me and help me learn from it. And it hasn't stopped since I've graduated. They're still in my corner. They're still checking in on me, and I love it, man. I owe a majority of my life, all the blessings I've gotten, God and Change Course. That's it.
We joined Change Course in the fall for the first class, which was the Alpha class, and Darwin and I were allies with the leaders. It's painful to watch people fighting to find dignity and restore their lives, and to sit with them. Sometimes I just pray with them. I remember her being in my office one day, and it was a dark moment, and she was feeling utter helplessness. And to be able to pray with her, to encourage her, and to be able to connect her with the resources that have empowered her to step up. And now she is clean and one of the brightest lights in our classroom, and she encourages and motivates others. To be able to know her and to be able to walk shoulder to shoulder with her is amazing.
It feels awesome to know that there are other people outside of my grandmother that can love me, and not love me on the condition that if I do this or if I'm this, they're not going to do. They just love me and met me where I'm at. Change Course for me was a life-changing event that actually gave me something that I can have long-term, like longevity. It wasn't just 7 weeks, or it wasn't just a couple of months of coming here. I feel like Change Course will change you if you want to change. So for me, it's like if you come here, they're going to change your life. They're not just going to change the course of your life, but they're going to change your life. They loving, they're caring, they're going to be there for you when you need them.
And now time has came full circle. I'm happy to be a serving member of the program, being able to not reach down, but grab hands side by side with these leaders who are changing their life and take one step at a time with them. It's a beautiful thing. And some people look at it as embarrassing or whatnot, but it's strengthened that because people have been through that and worse than that than me. So I'm blessed to be able to say, yes, I overcome that through the strength of the Lord. This is Jamarcus Hadnot. I'm my cousin, but Jamarcus, his time at Change Course was so essential to his growth and how he's been able to sustain a job, and just being at your current job that was built through a relationship through Change Course, and getting promoted 4 times now and continue to work your way through the ranks. I think you have a lot to be hopeful for just as your cheerleader looking in. I'm just extremely proud of just the leaps and bounds you was able to cover. I don't know anybody who's been promoted 4 times in 2 years.
I didn't really know myself before I came here. I felt Change Course helped me find myself in certain ways and certain skills that I didn't know I had. I think I just had great support and role models around me who just showed me the right direction. I'm at a very dependable point. I'm able to depend on myself.
When Joe called, I almost squealed, and I said, I almost want to scream in your ear. I'm so excited. Yes, I'll take the job. So as an ally, Tiffany was one of the girls in my group. But from the first day I met you, it was like we were sisters and had been friends for our whole life.
Yes.
And you have been such a blessing in my life.
So have you. I love you. The Lord finally called me to get sober, and I listened. And 2 years of getting sober, I heard about Change Course. And I heard about the opportunity of being able to go through a program that would help me better my career life.
We both went through a really hard time after she graduated.
Yeah.
I was struggling, trying to make sure I stayed sober, and you helped with that. So I felt like I was a broken mess, and you saying that through the small groups, I felt all broken. But I really appreciate all you helped me in staying sober too.
People think that we're the ones changing other people's lives, when I think it's really much more of the time it's the opposite way around. When guys like Charles show up, it never feels like I'm in charge and you're here to be helped. It's I just met another brother. It's guys like him that are the reason that really any of us are here, but it's also guys like him that I'm consistently changing and growing as a man.
You know, during my interview, I realized that this brother was so just welcoming, you know, not judgmental, just, you know, welcomed me in with open arms. And I started working here. And as I got to meeting people at Change Course here in the office, they're just caring for me and begin to show me a care and a love that I've never experienced.
You're such a great example of the willingness to do the hard work. And I'm really proud of you, bro. Like, this is like the beginning of a new life in a lot of ways, you know?
You know, there's times where I even stopped by your office and, got real intimate, like with crying and just expressing myself to you. And you never once, made me feel judged. And like, that's what all the staff here, it's amazing in this place. I remember when I first walked in, I was telling Bobby, like, man, like when I first walked in here, I can just feel the love and the joy in this place. And, it just, just allowed me to, feel loved, because like I said, it was kind of hard, getting out, but, the relationships that I have built since being here at Change Course and working here, it's been amazing. And not only that, I end up, getting in a program here at Change Course, and, then you get to meeting people on the outside. Like I got allies, I got my career coaches that encourage me. They, motivate me to do good. And so my life has really, really changed since I've been here at Change Course.